The other day, I don't know, we saw a fun little bridge building, I guess, between Abba and Preach and Ethan H3. It was cool. It was nice. It was a cute moment. And then I guess that almost immediately ended. I don't really know the specific context, but we have this Abba and Preach video, and they went pretty hard with all the information that they have. They put multiple clips in here. The first one is, I guess, there's a particular clip that they had in question. They referenced, and there's another bit of information where they apparently Olivia claimed that they laughed at her story. I don't remember a lot of this. This is old. And then the last one is the recent video that they're mad at us. So we're gonna pretty much go through all of this. I want to go through everything. But we're gonna start with the Abba and Preach thing. Hopefully that's nice context. Let's see what we got here.
Podcast saw our video, and they H3 podcast saw our video.
Okay.
And they decided they wanted to react to it. And at one point in the video,
I guess they reacted to like the legit video, like what the fun one, the fun silly little video. Oh, is that what this Abba and Preach thing is? Abba and Preach, friend or foe? Yeah, we'll take a look at that after.
Ethan starts talking about building a bridge, forgiveness, all this other stuff. And they start asking some of the people around, the staff members, what they think. And one person in particular has an issue, the researcher, Olivia.
Wait, did they do air quotes?
And one person in particular has an issue, the researcher.
He didn't do air quotes, but he sounded like he wanted to do air quotes.
Olivia.
I don't mean to break up the bridge building here, but they did go after Olivia.
I would think.
Wait, what happened? What the?
Well, thank you. Why didn't Olivia say it? I'm not trying to be rude. Why? How come Olivia didn't just be like, "Hey, they went after me"? Why would it take someone else to have to say it?
About that.
Okay.
Wait,
what? You don't know who Olivia is? She's the loser feminist researcher.
And when they
the loser feminist. I mean, you're part of the H3 crew. You're gonna get a few stones thrown at you. That's what bridge building is. Okay. Yeah.
You're right.
And I also had to.
You're right.
Shitty.
We'll bring the TNT out.
And I just don't like
That's it. Okay.
the whole narrative of trying to like pile on like there's a beef between you and Hassan. Therefore, I'm out.
Yeah.
There is kind of whatever. I mean, there's not like a beef, but Hassan definitely betrayed Ethan. But okay.
Oh no, you guys! How can I build a bridge by myself?
The bridge.
Well, they don't matter. They're not. But okay.
Made of paper mache.
They can maybe make a peace offering to you, Olivia.
Why? Why do they have to? Like, well, how big of a deal is all this stuff? You guys were throwing stones at each other. Like, you both did things that were like generally some people would consider in the wrong. Why does everything need to be like? Why does everybody's ego need to be stroked? Why not just be like, yeah, you know what? Things got a little out of hand, especially at a time where everything got out of hand. Last year was crazy. Like, let's just kind of move forward and maintain a level of respect for each other. That would be the bridge build. No? Okay.
No.
I'm
Not happening.
Is the damage done?
That bridge is burned.
I don't really.
What exactly did they do to her other than call her a loser feminist? That's like so offensive to her.
I can move forward in
What if
my
they said
life
sorry?
with things, but I don't really forgive.
If they said,
That's a very miserable way for you to live.
"You know what? Sorry, we said that. We didn't know anything about you. We were wrong." Ooh.
Really?
What?
I feel like Olivia is usually so quick to forgive too.
It really
I think maybe she doesn't like black people. I don't know.
depends.
Depends on how black they are.
That's so funny. I was joking, but I mean, listen, if you want to go like actual woke mode, dude, it's that like that's like that subconscious bias. Maybe the subconscious bias is leaking through. You never know. I'm not saying it is. All I'm saying is, you never know, man.
Has nothing to do with that.
That's funny.
I have a hard time forgiving black people, so I was like trying to relate it.
Me too, man. I'm just kidding.
Maybe
Depends
they'll
on
come
how
across as sincere.
Okay.
And they'll melt your heart.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Why is she so triggered? What happened?
What you said it wasn't this. What was it?
No, it was when I was talking about my experience. I think they like zoomed in on me, my face being really upset, and they flashed to Amber Heard.
Okay.
They did that?
Can we play that clip?
Played like sad music over her.
Wait,
too.
they
That's
did
not-
that?
Yeah.
They did.
Oof, that's fucked up.
I mean, I wanna know the specific context. What was the story that I vaguely remember it. Is this this is the clip. The Abba and Preach put it in here. They're probably gonna play it, but I'm playing it now anyway.
These guys are honestly as bad, and in some cases worse, because I see them serving as a gateway into this really toxic manosphere,
Okay, cringe.
transphobic, misogynistic
people
Misogynistic.
who aren't racist
who aren't misogynist are tired
Okay.
of being called fucking racist, misogynist pieces of shit by people like you. Because people are tired of being like, feel like they're racist, misogynist pieces of shit from the social justice.
I mean, listen, I don't know. I think I've seen some stuff from ABBA specifically. Preach is pretty chill. ABBA, I think I've seen like a couple things that were like a little maybe transphobic. I'm not really like concerned with it. You know, it is what it is. But Preach is pretty chill. I've seen Preach talk about this stuff. I like the way that he talks about things. He's more of a love is love kind of a guy. I'm being very vague because I don't remember the specifics, so I'm not gonna like stand heavily on it. But like, I don't think that they serve as the fucking first step to the alt-right pipeline. Is what it was. Is that what you're trying to claim?
Warrior movement, where you can't possibly say anything without offending someone. This cult of outrage. People are sick of it. Women be trying to ruin men's lives. It's just what they do.
I'm gonna go out of my
Sometimes. And sometimes men are trying to be ruining women's lives.
way to lie.
I don't like him, so I'm just gonna go lie about him assaulting me.
That is such an insanely hurtful thing to say about any woman ever.
Oh, this is about the Myron thing. So I remember looking at the Myron stuff. I covered that so long ago. You can go look it up. You can go find it if you want. The thing, I remember looking at that story, and here's what I saw. This was when Ethan brought that girl on that was on the Fresh and Fit podcast. We saw a girl that was really hurt by Myron because Myron's a pathetic loser. Make a story up, not make up, like the story wasn't made up, but change the story to reflect how she felt. And the story wasn't meant to be he sexually assaulted me. The story was told from the tone of, well, I never was interested in this guy. He was like such a loser, and I would own him all the time when we would have these talks. And like, then we kind of met up and he tried to kiss me and he was gross. I ended up watching like the 5-hour-long Fresh and Fit live stream where he showed all of his text messages. The real story is that these two had a mutual interest in each other. Criticized the fact that Myron was in his 30s and this girl was 19. Absolutely. It's just immature, pathetic loser shit. She went out to a club, got drunk. Myron picked her up from the club, went back to his house. They went to kiss. He was like, ew, your breath smells like alcohol. Go wash your mouth out. She did. She was texting her friend in the bathroom saying like, oh, this guy's an asshole, but I'm okay. You can absolutely criticize the fact that he was sleeping with a drunk girl. I think that, you know, unless you guys are the same level of drunk, that's just a red flag. I would say that there is a level of drunk you have to be to not be able to consent. Just because you're drunk doesn't mean you can't consent. Unless you're blackout drunk, then you can't consent. So that's like another issue. Then they go into the room. He goes for a kiss. It makes perfect sense because based on the entire atmosphere, obviously, like, do I think people should explicitly ask to kiss? Sure. But like it's 5 a.m. She's back at his house after drinking. They were making out before or kissing before. She just, washed her mouth out because her breath smelled like alcohol. I think she also changed her clothes into like his clothes. Like, obviously, all the signs are there that she wanted to kiss him. She kissed him. And then what really, I think, fucked her up was that he lifted up her shirt and laughed at her, like, breasts. And that's really gross. Like, imagine you're a dude and the girl pulls her pants down and laughs at your dick. Like, that's just gross and inappropriate and pathetic, childish, immature behavior. She got offended. She didn't want to fuck him, so he told her to leave, and she left. He didn't drive her home. I personally think he should have, but it's not his responsibility. That's what happened. Ethan's the one that said that it sounds like sexual assault. It wasn't based on what I listened to. And yeah, it sounded like a story of a girl that was hurt because Myron's a scumbag. And it turned into a sexual assault story, which it wasn't because Ethan pushed that narrative. You could say like, well, maybe she didn't know. And Ethan, no, sorry. Like, I just disagree. I watched that video multiple times. I don't think that she was assaulted by him. I don't think that she even thinks she was assaulted, but she had a bad experience, which is also upsetting, maybe traumatizing. I wouldn't go that far. Imagine some person like lifted up part of your outfit and then mocked your body in a very sexually intimate moment. Like, of course you'd be devastated. And I don't know why we don't focus on that, right? I don't know why we don't focus on that because that still speaks to Myron's character. And also speak to the Myron's character about how he looked at a woman that was like, yeah, I was sexually assaulted one time in the eye. And then he's like, well, you should have picked a better guy. That's rape apologia. And I guess if Ethan would bring that up, maybe that's a credit to his narrative. But yeah, I mean, I watched everything. I watched what Ethan talked about. I watched like the 5-hour or 3-hour long Fresh and Fit live stream. They showed screenshots, proof that like it was a mutual connection. They showed proof that girl lied about the narrative. And again, I don't think that she was trying to destroy him. I think that she was trying to tell a story like, hey, fuck this guy. He was a loser. And Ethan interpreted it as like some kind of sexual assault. So, okay.
It's a very insanely hurtful thing to say about any woman ever. It's a very humiliating experience to go through.
And it feels like you guys are hijacking this other girl's experience, trying to sensationalize it into a sexual assault, and then trying to use that as a shield to pretend like Abba and Preach are rape apologists.
Something like that, and for anyone to assume that like someone claiming being a victim or surviving something is them like wanting to boost their ego.
It is a little shitty though. I will say one thing. Okay, hold on. Let me play this again.
Someone claiming being a victim or surviving something is them like wanting to boost their ego. Humiliating experience to go through something like that, and for anyone to assume that like someone claiming being a victim or surviving something is them like wanting to boost their ego.
So just to be clear, I know why. I know. Here's the thing. I think that this is a reasonable take. I think both sides believe what they're saying. I don't think Ethan and his crew are. I don't think that they're like grifting, right? They believe in my opinion, wrong narrative, right? And so Olivia is like, "Hey, I think it's really fucked up to discount us victim's story," and she probably or may have or gone through something, and now she's being vague about it, but she's emotionally applying herself into that scenario, and then they played the Amber Heard thing over it. I get why she's upset. Relax. Stop saying deserved. Personally, I think the joke's a little funny, but from Olivia's perspective, I'm a man, right? And I'm an ugly man. So, from her perspective, she's really connecting with the story. So, and then she's just trying to be real and raw, and they clowned on her a little bit. So I'm sorry to laugh, but I get where she's coming from. I think that her being upset is valid. How's that sound? You like that? It's not mocking her experience. I don't think that they or even I or any of you are interpreting as mocking her experience, but I see why she interprets it as that. You understand what I'm saying? Because she I'm gonna play it one more time. Let's watch her talk about it.
Hurtful.
Out of my way to lie.
I don't like him, so I'm just gonna go lie about him assaulting me.
That is such an insanely hurtful thing to say about any woman ever. It's a very humiliating experience to go through something like that, and
yeah, she's putting her experience into this, and I get it, and I don't think most people's first thought is like, oh, she's applying her experience to it. I think that the first thought is she's being vague about it. I wouldn't have assumed that she had an identifiable trauma or whatever based on what she's saying. But watching it again, I can see it. She's just being vague. So there you go. I get it. I understand that.
For anyone to assume that like someone claiming being a victim or surviving something is them like wanting to boost their ego.
All right. That wasn't even Ab and Preach's edit. They edited it that way.
Play the thing.
So is
What do you mean? This is a clip from Ab and Preach's video.
so incredibly wrong and uninformed that like you 1,000,000% should not be making content about this, because you're teaching young men who don't know anything about this, and then you're telling young women to not talk
I think she's applying her experience, not making it about herself.
to each other.
It's like, let's just be real. In the online brain rot, conversations about sexual assault are so normal for no reason. Like, it's a constantly content when it shouldn't be. That I think a lot of us are look at it as like, oh, this is like another day. But for a lot of people, it hurts to talk about, and I think that's just where Olivia is. It's just completely understandable. And I think that there's probably more women who feel that way than guys.
Talk to anyone, to not tell anyone that something happened, because idiots like you.
And you know what? You sound like a feminist loser, though.
Yeah.
If I just interject.
I do.
If you don't know who
I'll say it
Olivia is,
again.
she's a loser feminist researcher who
Yeah.
spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research. Okay,
Sorry guys, I'll take it back.
Okay.
mind you, that's not me editing that. They edited to the soundboard, and right in the middle of when she's talking, they started playing that shit.
That's
That's
funny.
fucked up.
That's hilarious.
That's fucked up.
I was like, yeah, you can tell her.
You know, you
Tell
can't
her.
do that.
So the girl claimed that she was stranded and she was terrified while she was at Myron's place, this creepy guy who was trying to get at her. And she demanded a ride, and Myron wouldn't. And everyone's calling him a piece of shit for not giving her a ride. Everybody got that on their phone.
Women be
And
lying.
punching the GPS, boom, you gone. I'm stranded.
Yeah, it's funny because I think you should have given her a ride home. My wife said no. My wife was just like, no, she shouldn't have. Like, that's not his responsibility. Like, it's not like they were at a truck stop bathroom or anything. It was like a relatively safe city. You go get like an Uber or whatever. So
Bureau of Prisons down Miami. You guys want to see how fucking lazy these chicks are? 1 mile.
If you don't get the
That 1 mile walk is 26 minutes. No,
Okay. Sorry. Well, I mean, you okay.
this bitch needs to walk or call an Uber. It's 5 a.m. Walk through downtown Miami. It's only 1 mile. At least don't act like it's.
If anyone spent any time in Brickell, you know how safe it is.
I've never seen so many cops.
Brickell is one of the safest fucking areas. These guys are making it sound like it's downtown Los Angeles. But we weren't even saying she had to walk. You know how much a 1 mile Uber ride costs? $10 USD. I think you could afford to pay that for your safety from a creepy man.
Mile, I think it's a little less than that.
At least don't act like it's
That might be like more than that. It doesn't really matter.
crazy that she asked for a ride. Don't fucking.
How would AMP know that she had trauma regarding something like that if she never explicitly says? I didn't put that expectation onto them. I literally just said that as I watched it the first time, I didn't even interpret it that way. But watching it again, I get it.
Protect.
Literally, I think Ab and Preach, if they wanted to apologize, like, oh, sorry, like we didn't realize you were talking about your experience. Our bad. Like we wouldn't have made fun of it if it was like that. That's literally all they would have to say.
And that you would want your mom or sister or any female woman in your life to do that.
Yeah.
To get the fuck out?
I would probably tell my mom or anybody in my life, first off, don't be a retard who goes back to some
Hey! Stop it.
place who you don't think is a good person, you think is creepy and weird, first off. But anyway, let's go past that. I would tell them, yeah, don't accept a ride from a dude that you think is creep. Don't let him give you a ride back to your place so he can see where you're staying.
Right.
Don't get in a car with him in isolation out in public so he can drive you anywhere and lock them doors. Yeah, I would probably tell you to,
I mean, that's actually a really good point too. My wife said the same thing. Like, if he was so creepy, why would you want him to drive you home? I forgot about that point. That does speak poorly to her story, though. If part of her story was like, oh, I was creeped out and I wanted to get out of there, then why would you ask him for a ride home? It doesn't make sense. You wouldn't want to be alone with him in the elevator going back down. I think they took an elevator. I don't know why that memory's there for me, but you wouldn't want to be in the car with him. Yeah, that's true. My wife said that. That was I forgot that she had mentioned that. This was like a while back when we were talking about this. I still think that the way that even Destiny and Preach talked about the story was like too rude at the girl, because I think that when you cut through some of the aspects where she was just trying to tell a story that Myron's a loser, there was like a lot of genuine hurt there. So I wish that they were more sensitive to that, because again, like, think about being in such an intimate moment where your like body's exposed and somebody laughs at you. That would fuck me up forever. You know, that would fuck me up forever. So I feel like we didn't really get the middle ground perspective that we should have.
walk, get outside, get to the lobby, call a friend, call an Uber, call a taxi, call family, anything else. Yeah, I would tell you to do anything, but ask the very person you're claiming is some giant piece of shit to give you a ride home.
Yeah.
That don't make sense to me.
Wow.
It doesn't make any sense. Okay.
I thought this was going to be a peaceful video, but now it's just all the pain. I'm just getting the pain back up. Can you pull that? Do you mind if I watch that?
Ethan was leading that girl. Yeah, he was. Well, here's the thing, okay? I don't remember the specifics. I don't know if he was leading that girl. Well, I mean, part of it is probably because he hates Fresh and Fit, which is justifiable. They are scumbags. But that's one of the problems, too. That is just generally speaking. Okay, so here's one of the biggest problems I have when it comes to people talking about some of this stuff on the internet, especially when you're talking to somebody that might have a trauma. And you have to, like, when it comes to therapy, there's three different ways that the therapist can act when it comes to you expressing something to them. They can either over-affirm, under-affirm, or they can meet you where you're at. Part of over-affirming is leading questions, or under-affirming, right? Somebody has a particular thing that happens to them, and then they have an experience with that thing that happened to them, and we're all going to be different, and we're all going to potentially have a different experience with the thing that happened to us, if that makes sense, or different interpretation. So you don't want to, when somebody's in a vulnerable moment, they're easier to kind of guide, or they're more malleable. And as they're more malleable, when they're telling the story, if you go, oh my God, that was the worst thing ever, this is terrible, blah, 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 that's going to actually make them feel worse about what happened. And the same thing if you under-affirm, it'll make them feel worse in a different way. You kind of just need to meet them where they're at and just like don't really ask leading questions. But I remember Ethan was asking leading questions in there, which is not a good thing. Again, I don't think it's because Ethan is trying to be dishonest, but I think probably part of it's because he hates Fresh and Fit and whatnot. But it is very irresponsible to talk to somebody who has, just an whether it doesn't have to be a trauma, an upsetting moment happened to them. It's very inappropriate to do like a leading question. So
to jog my memory, why would they do that?
Because they suck.
Because we never did that. That's why. And unfortunately, they never played the clip on stream, so nobody can see the context.
Of course they didn't.
But I will play the clip for you guys, where she claims us making fun of her experience. Now, let me be clear about two things.
We're probably gonna skip
I never
through
knew
this
anything
if you
ever
watch
happened
it.
to this lady. And two, our comments had nothing to do with her personal experience. But you don't have to believe my word. I'm going to play the clip, and you see what you want to see. Mind you, The video that she's talking about, we had referenced how someone was lying about somebody else. It was proven in a lot of different ways that she was making up certain details about a story of sexual misconduct, okay?
That's true.
These guys are honestly...
Yeah, so we watched this 4-minute clip already, and we already got the context. Like I said, I see why Olivia feels the way she feels. But I don't think that they did that with, like, that intention.
Saying that what you're saying it just had happened.
Go ahead, sorry.
But yeah. But if you want to take it like that, that's fine. But you have to understand, like, get out of your feelings and be like, okay, let's understand the big picture. They're not good at that.
I think for these people, a lot of them probably didn't watch the clip. Because again, self-admittedly, a lot of them don't like to watch stuff. They just hear from others and then take their word.
Yeah.
Okay? If you watch the clip in its entirety, relaying it to her personal experience, like, bro, I don't watch you guys. I don't know what she's been through. I didn't know anything about her other than one video. So how would I know she's ever been through an experience like that? To me, to call her a liar about her.
Yeah, again, like when I first watched it, I didn't interpret it that way either. But upon rewatching it, I understand what she's saying. That's it. Like, I don't think, yeah.
Bro, that's ridiculous. The Amber Heard was obviously about someone lying, since the video we were talking about was about somebody lying. That's it. Don't make...
Yeah, they did play it over when she was talking about it, though. So it did come off. I can see why it would come off to her as like, oh, you're saying that like she's lying, you know?
Make it about something else. We've done plenty of videos where men have done inappropriate things with women, and we've called them out for it. We don't think that all women lie about this stuff. We don't think that most women lie, but some of them do. And it's okay to say that we should not be accepting of people who make false accusations.
And again, I don't think this girl made a false accusation. That's, again, one of the issues I have with like their coverage in the first place, right? Like, I think it's not understanding what the video... Because, again, she even says this isn't sexual assault. She lied, absolutely, which I guess you could technically call some kind of a false accusation, I guess. But the intention of the lie was trying to make Myron look like an asshole and like a loser, that not to make him look like a rapist. And that narrative kind of got pushed by Ethan.
That's it. But you guys running with this narrative, you laughed at this victim. No, I laugh at liars. The same way I would laugh at oops, okay? If you want to diddle women, I'm going to laugh at you. If you want to lie about being diddled, I'm going to laugh at you.
That's true.
That's it. Now, I can understand that when you've personally been through something, and maybe people have doubted you, despite you having gone through it, that
it'd be a sensitive topic.
Someone saying something like this makes you feel targeted. But you have to understand, just the same way you've been a victim of someone harming you, there's other people who've been victims of someone lying about them.
Yeah, sure.
Okay? And I'm being empathetic towards that experience. I didn't discount yours. I didn't say something bad that happened to you didn't happen. I'm saying something bad has happened to somebody else, and it's okay to look at the person who's the perpetrator of such a thing and mock them. That's it. I was disagreeing with the statement you made that the idea that women would lie about... Yes, some women do, unfortunately.
Yeah, some women lie, some men lie. Yeah, absolutely. It's unfortunate.
I wish you guys...
I think part of it, too, isn't just that, like, some people lie about their experience. I think that we have this incredibly insane interpretation. Like, people don't... I feel like people are disproportionate when they express their frustrations nowadays. Like, nowadays, it doesn't seem like, hey, this guy was a real piece of shit scumbag. Now that person was, like, an abusive, predatory rapist. And especially when it comes to the internet, there are certain pathways that will basically say, hey, come here, like, incentivize what happened, or, excuse me, sensationalize what happened to you, and you'll get more clout. You know, there's people all over TikTok, in my opinion, sensationalizing things all the time, being incredibly disproportionate. And that's one of the issues, too. So...
You guys were the perfect gender. I wish it was the case that no women lied, but the truth is, some of them do. It's okay to admit that.
And the thing that happened is that those people that lie...
Bitches be tripping, baby.
When you understand where we're coming from, is that those people that lie actually affect...
I can't believe they would bring up cum in such a sensitive time, guys. That's so triggering to me.
People like you. That something actually happened. And then we don't believe you because other people lie. Yep. Out of all the people, out of everybody, you should be more pissed at the people that are lying. Yep. And hold people that are lying accountable.
I think that's the problem, is that they think that this is the whole problem. Is that we had this girl come on and tell her story, and Ethan hijacked the narrative. Again, I don't think that he did it to be a bad person or anything, but he, whether it was intentional or not, hijacked the narrative, and now it's Fresh and Fit raped this girl. Or, excuse me, just Myron did. And it's like, that's not ever what happened was claimed, or based on all the information we have, ever was what happened. And Ethan hijacking the story and sensationalizing it, even if it's not intentional, it made the story became more than it was supposed to be. It was just supposed to be like, haha, Fresh, like, Myron is a loser, and that did a shitty thing to me. Like, he mocked her body in a very sensitive moment. And now it became like a sexual assault story. Now everything is just a mess. You'd have to revisit the whole thing. What would have to happen is, like, Abba Preach and Ethan would have to, like, honestly sit down, watch the original coverage of what she says, and then not watch the whole Fresh and Fit thing, but look at the evidence that they propose as well. Of like, because specifically the text messages Myron showed, completely flipped the narrative that she had no interest in him. She was very clearly very interested in him. There was a part of it that he was like, I'm not going to give you your phone back if you don't give me your number or something. And it was like, that wasn't really accurate or true. There was a lot there. I don't remember the specifics, but there was a lot there. You'd have to go through all that information. So either do that or just stop talking about it.
So
like, it's funny. It's just crazy that
this really
you take. No, it's just that it's crazy that you take all that energy.
Bro, how did they? I swear to God, the creaking got worse. They're doing something on purpose
to make sound clips, but not listen to videos.
I find that I'm very, very, as much shit as I talk, I find that I'm very happy or very quick to forgive. That being said, they wronged Olivia, and that's not something I can forgive.
Right.
Thank you. I absolutely give you guys 100% all of the power to forgive on your own. I personally am just like not going to entertain.
I'm going to watch the whole thing, but I wonder if they asked the question like, oh, what would it take for you to forget? I think that maybe they did. We already watched part of that.
Okay.
That much.
That's fair.
Were we trying to find that timestamp of what they said about Olivia?
My thing is, I remember we just watched the other video where they were having like a little bit of fun about this. This is something that does drive me a little wild. I'm going to goon a little bit. Sorry. I just watched Ethan and Abin preach that have this whole interaction, and it was very friendly from both sides. My question is, why didn't Olivia bring this up? Why didn't Olivia bring this up in the first place on the last video? Why is it that she's not like, if you're like, when they're kind of brushing against the idea of having like a little bit of an interaction, why not bring it up? Like, yeah, I don't like them because they hurt me. I don't know. Why not bring it up? Just like advocate for yourself a little more.
Yeah, it might be a bridge building moment. I think it might, but I don't know because I can't read their minds.
So weird. This feels like high school or like middle school where someone has a crush on.
It does. I feel like this is like, I don't know, if I was Abin and Preach, after this interaction, even if everything was like settled, it just feels so like it does feel very high school.
And it's like, yo, does Steven across the street like me?
What is this from?
Listen,
what the hell is
hold on. I've already said this, okay? This is not new. I'm not going to say that I haven't already said. I've already said that politically speaking, we have more in common than we have apart. When you guys call us conservatives or grifters, all this stuff, I just disagreed. Y'all can check out those videos. I stand today where I stand before. I don't like some of the tactics you do when you don't like somebody and how disingenuous you can be at those times. Because when you have a hate boner for somebody, sometimes you're like this. I don't like that. All right?
Fair.
You be doing things that are a bit slimy when you're like this and you got an enemy in front of you, okay? But beyond that, I don't think politically we disagree on much. I think we're probably much more aligned than you'd imagine. So that's what I've always said. Listen.
Somebody said Preach on Twitter said something like, sorry for the misunderstanding or something.
But I'm going to laugh at you sometimes when you do some fucked up shit.
Play the Olivia soundbite again so I can remember exactly what they said.
Okay. If you don't know who Olivia is, she's the loser feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research, okay?
That's just fucking me.
That was so unnecessary.
I mean, I feel like both of them were throwing shade back at each other, so it's fair game. She's part of the fucking crew. Something like that is just like, if you guys are going crazy at each other, that's part of the game. I feel like Olivia wanted to keep it to herself, and then that other dude threw it out there. Yeah, but then she said thank you. She's like, thank you. Somebody, like, she was waiting for somebody else to say it. I don't think that she was just trying to keep it to herself. And why would you keep it to yourself? Why suppress that? If you have a frustration, vent it out. Don't be a coward about it, honestly. Abba tweeted to Ethan that he tried to DM him about Olivia's misunderstanding.
To be clear, the only reason why I said
that.
Okay, here's the context. Ready for it? A big streamer who's a woman was married. She comes out, says her husband's beaten her. So everyone wants to know who the husband is because she's never mentioned it. You know, she's famous. The husband.
Yeah. The Amaranth situation. Very inappropriate what Ethan did to dox that guy, especially since that could have caused more harm to Amaranth. Absolutely. I remember that specifically. I'm not the person that's like, oh my God, she lied. Like the fucking idiots that are like, she lied because she still makes OnlyFans stuff. Like, shut up. Stop being dumb. Yeah, that makes sense. It would just cause her more harm. It's virtue bullying is really all it does. And all it would really do is hurt her more if she is in an abusive situation. It's like, oh, let's dox this guy and attack him. He's going to get angry, and who's he going to take it out on? Okay, smart stuff.
Husband's not. So they're on stream, live streaming, all right? And Olivia's like, I'm going to find out who he is. So she goes on Reddit. She's our job is research. She goes on Reddit, and she finds a name. And she gives it to Ethan, and Ethan irresponsibly puts it in the chat for everyone else to go and dox this person and start going after him. So they put out his full name. Everybody can find him on Instagram. He starts getting a bunch of harassment.
They said it out loud for everybody to hear. Correction. That's their correct. It's the same thing. They said the full name.
I'd like to know who this guy is, man.
I'd like to know who this guy is, man. I'm going to go over there and have a stern talking to him. Cool. Vigilante justice, baby.
I know who he is.
Does he have an online persona?
No.
He's a producer and
Really?
songwriter, yeah.
God, I hope that man's life is ruined for this.
I hope so too.
Oh, someone says, why are you protecting the abuser's identity? I don't give a fuck. Give me his... Yeah, I don't give a shit.
You should, like, not for nothing, but you shouldn't be releasing that information. It's just an inappropriate boundary to cross. You know, if you have information, go to the authorities, reach out to Amaranth. This is her situation. And this is one of those things. It's like, to me, this whole situation shows that the entire crew does not know how to handle someone else's traumatic experience, a potential traumatic experience. Like with Amaranth, you know, she has this very potentially real, I believe it, but you never know, but this very potentially real experience where she has like an abusive partner, and there, instead of like reaching out to her, hey, do you need any help, any resources, blah 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 blah, blah. What do you need? You know, we'll give you anything you need. Like, we're here to help. Well, they made the story out of it, and they tried to cause harm to him, to virtue bully. That could have a profoundly negative impact on her. And it's like, you know, you guys talked about how Aberrant Preach should stay out of the conversation about sexual assault because they're going to be communicating to young men that blah, blah, blah. You know, you're just communicating to people that it's more about the way you feel about someone else's trauma than it is about their actual trauma. Like that's what you're telling us, because you prioritized you feeling good about trying to potentially cause some harm to this person over prioritizing Amaranth's safety. And it's like, okay, like, have you guys ever considered that one? You've ever thought of it like that way? You know, so I mean, listen, we're all just a bunch of YouTubers. Myself, Ethan, Aben Preach. None of us are probably, well, none of us are some kind of formally qualified to talk about these topics. We all get stuff wrong, and I understand it can be triggering, especially when something first happens, but I feel like there should just be an understanding of like, oh yeah, we did fuck that up. Like, we should be understanding because everybody fucks things up. It's like, you know, let's try to parse through that.
Yeah, I want this guy's life ruined. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Oh, is this him?
Yeah, I would just be cautious.
Plot twist. Plot twist is the wrong person. Okay? Not only did they go after the wrong person, but even if they went after the wrong person, it's incredibly irresponsible.
You meant the right person.
Because let's say that dude really is a mean person who beats his wife, okay? Even though we have no proof of this, and it's never been confirmed. Even though, let's say that is true. Then that means this woman who he's married to is in danger because now he has more reasons to be angry at her. So you're putting her in physical harm. So we said it's irresponsible on multiple fronts. And that's why I called her the loser. She's a self-admitted feminist. So the way she found this dude's name, who they incorrectly doxed, is she went on her...
Oh, the doxing thing? That was such a silly thing they blew out of proportion.
No, they didn't. They didn't blow it out of proportion. Okay.
That was the worst day ever. That's the biggest mistake I've ever made, and I will literally always repent for it.
How are you repenting for it? It's funny. He just said it. They blew it out of proportion. She's like, that was a huge mistake. Well, I mean, W to her, at least, for acknowledging that she fucked up. It's so funny that Ethan's instant mode was like, just to downplay as hard as possible.
Ethan's like, yo, it's not a big thing. It's not a big thing. She's like, listen, that's one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. And I will always repent for it. Like, how do you have those two things coexisting, literally one after the other?
You
That's
did
very
to that
funny.
guy, that innocent guy, far worse than we ever did to you.
That's true.
We're no forgiveness for us. And you want to repent, my girl, repent.
Happened was he found out the homie that was gassing him, Hassan, is actually like a giant piece of shit that was sending people and his community after his wife and him.
That's true.
And then he said, you know what? These guys were right about because they cut the podcast. You know, they stopped doing the podcast.
Of course, because he's Jewish, right?
Oh, and his...
That's exactly right.
Right.
It's because I'm Jewish.
Yes, Hassan let you get dumpstered by his community and didn't defend you.
Okay, so first let me say this. Hassan didn't send his fans after me.
Hassan did nothing to stop his fans. It doesn't matter.
To speak on him a little bit.
Yeah.
But also,
you're holding Aben Preach to a higher standard than your best friend. So that's embarrassing for you.
I'll say this. I'm glad they're making fun of him and not me.
Okay.
You're just glad somebody else is taking the
Yeah,
camera
dude.
once, is that what
Fuck.
you're saying?
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That alone is a vibe, of course. But we love Hassan. He is family.
Okay. So family, huh?
It was more so his community that I don't know if that's a meaningful difference.
Well, okay, so first let me say this. Hassan didn't send his fans after me. I'll just to speak on him a little bit. Yeah. But
You're right. I misspoke. He didn't send his fans after you. When his moderators and the people he pays were just calling you all kinds of slurs and saying all kinds of foul shit about your family.
And his fans as well.
Family, he didn't lift a finger to stop them.
Exactly, yes.
He went, guys, stop. And he kept paying them.
That's better.
He might not be sending them.
I don't know if he was paying them, by the way. I don't know if that part is true.
That's better.
He just never stopped them from doing it.
He's not
But baby,
them.
you funded them. I think that's kind of worse. But that's just me. Let's say I ran a community. And my
Why does he defend Hassan? Because Ethan's a fucking cuck. The people. It's so funny because there are so many people that will talk about like, oh, I don't like Ethan anymore. Blah 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 blah. Like, the detractors, he calls them. I wish he did his old content. His old content was nice and I enjoyed it. I'm not a huge fan of like the podcast. I mean, I guess I am because I make money doing it. But I never disliked him because he had a podcast. The thing that bothered me, I think it was episode 3 of Frenemies, where Trisha called Hila like a cunt or something, like something really rude, and Ethan was just like, all right, I think we have to shut this down. And I remember watching later that she didn't apologize like for a while, and that bothers me because that's your wife. Like, you should have been like, we're not doing the podcast anymore unless you like publicly apologize to my wife. And I'm like, that bothered me. I mean, listen, will everybody else care about that? Probably not. Like, you might be like, oh, I don't care about that. That's fine. But for me, that's like a very high value to me. Like, you're gonna just let your wife get insulted and just not care. Like, I don't not do anything. Like, and this is one of those moments. Like, Hassan fundamentally disrespected you. He's a 30-year-old man treating you like shit, and you're not gonna be like, dude, what the fuck? You've got nothing to really say about that. I don't understand it. Like, you're letting people walk all over you, and then you go after people like Abba and Preach for what? Hassan has done worse to you than anybody else. Like, what? What the fuck?
And the people I pay are saying crazy shit about you and your family or one of my homies, you best believe they're getting fired the next day.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
care if they politically. If they talking crazy,
it's fucking crazy.
Like a bad bitch.
Absolutely. 1000%.
What does that mean? I don't know.
Yes, the boss
yes, I'm getting in touch with my friend inside. I ain't get red pill. I'm trying to convince Ethan.
You trying to build the bridge?
Yeah, blue pill all day.
Hey,
yeah, that's how blue pill nigga do. Hey,
bitch.
That's all the clip, though. I don't think we need to watch anymore.
This is all the clip?
You're just trying to where they originally said it, right?
Yeah, I want to know. I mean, the people. I think it's important to.
Yeah, that was it. I know Olivia doesn't like to watch any more of this. That's why.
Oh, maybe Olivia should leave if she's not able to. I'm not trying to be rude. And there's nothing wrong with her getting up and leaving and be like, yeah, this is a little too much for me. You guys should continue without me, but I got to get up. That's fine. But like to shut it down, that just seems silly to me.
This is not going how I imagined it would go.
Anyway,
you guys didn't talk about this before the podcast started. Hey guys, we're going to talk about building a bridge with Abba and Preach. Like, I just feel like, why? That's such a weird thing to me. If I was going to go on with my wife to talk about something, I would probably parse through the information first. Be like, we're talking about blah 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 blah. And that's my wife. That's the only relatable experience I have. So you got your friends going on here. You didn't like, hey, let's talk about this Schmingle Bang. Like, what the fuck? We're gonna talk about this today. Are you comfortable with that? Oh, why?
This has gone all wrong.
It's so
Why is it wrong?
stupid.
We haven't said shit. Why is it wrong?
It's wrong because the Olivia thing. I think like they're seeing that she's really hurt, and because that they don't want to play more of it because it's like soured the mood. Listen.
Okay.
Why are you being an asshole to him?
I don't give a shit.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can't see that. What happened?
I do not give.
What happened?
Shit. Nah, man. What happened? Fuck that bridge. That's what happened. You're gonna be butthurt about that, man. You taking all this shit wrong, man. Whatever, man. You can be butthurt if you want to.
Okay.
Cry me a river. Build a bridge and go for it.
That's wild. That's wild.
Okay. All right.
I stand by what I said. We didn't say the things that she claimed, and I think it's
Again, I understand where she's coming from, but I feel like the way they're going about it is so weird and immature.
a bit dangerous to claim that.
But
So,
we're gonna. I haven't specifically talk about Ethan, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll find that out.
that's how we're covering today's video because of that statement. That was a bit much. But anyways, there will be no more videos on this topic going forward. If Ethan wants to talk, we can have a chit chat. I'm more than happy to clear whatever air. But no more of this. I just had to do this video.
No, you have
because
to. You have to do more.
what they're asserting.
You have to give me more content.
This is really foul. It's against a lot of the stuff I believe in, and it did not happen. So it's important to clear the record because it's just not true.
Okay. And then people are telling me that Abba tried to reach out to Ethan to talk about it. Okay. Cool. I want to. We already watched this context clip or whatever. I don't think we need to watch anything else except for blah, blah, blah. I want to watch the Ethan and Hila, or Ethan, the H3 podcast, talk about this. I don't think that we need to watch the original one because we already got the context there.
Yeah. Right. All right, let's talk about Abba and Preach, our omelet, the and omelette of knowledge.
In order to
you guys couldn't think about something better than that either?
So we were reviewing Preach's Michael Jackson cover.
Okay.
He performed live for
in order
the
to comprehend, you're gonna have to break
Quebecians.
I thought that was Michael Jackson when he was still black. What the hell?
comprehend, in order to comprehend and to eat the omelet of knowledge, you're gonna need to break
This is my boy.
those eggshells.
That's my boy. So they reacted to our thing, and I'd say, you know, when we were talking about it, I think we were being like,
I said he thought it. I thought
nice
Preach,
thing.
I said Preach did a great job. I thought he killed it.
We all did.
Yeah.
Because he did.
Yeah.
Well, you were being a little weird about it, Dan. I don't know why I came off weird.
We said all nice things, and so they saw that, and I don't know if this is a bridge building moment because
you don't know. Can't tell.
Is it going to be the new leftovers with Abbott preaching Ethan?
I think it might be enemies of the show. But I think it might be a bridge building moment. I think it might, but I don't know because I can't read their minds.
Oh shit, I could.
But let's watch.
I'm a fucking awesome guy.
And then we can decide if we want to build the bridge.
Okay.
Or if we want to tear it all down.
Okay.
This is London Bridge, baby. Falling down.
Here is the omelet of knowledge. He's not really an enemy. I'm being dramatic with these guys. Ab and Preach.
This could have been. This is so upsetting because this could have been Ethan's first black friend.
Apparently in Quebec, he's like a local celebrity, and he does stand-up comedy, and apparently people like come to his shows and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
What does he talk about? Like, break the eggs. I guess that's being a little silly. Where's the joke, brother?
Bridge here, yeah, for sure.
It's just being a little silly, not hateful.
Wow, you a bitch.
Okay, come on.
Go easy on him. Go easy on him.
I'm 2xing this until we get to some new information.
Reach.
We can put
You made a comment about the movies.
They got a lot of sound.
They got a lot of sound.
I'm not gonna lie. We not course I didn't even know you made. I know you're talking about.
I mean, first they're giving it up to the soundboard,
I mean, it is impressive.
which is good, you know.
Back there.
I love that.
But even the haters can't even deny that what we do here is
They can't.
magic.
They can't stop us.
Frankly. Hit him with the squeeze.
Ethan has Terry Joe. Are they really friends though, or did Ethan just did Ethan just try to capitalize on a black woman's success? Was that really what happened?
Speaking the singing and the omelet. I mean, you listen to this and you tell me who.
In order to comprehend, you're
Who
gonna
else
have
is
to
doing
break some. Comprehend. In order to comprehend and to eat the
Nobody.
omelet of knowledge, you're gonna need to break.
Nobody. Also, when I was watching their video back, I was just giggling so much about what petty little bitches we are that we isolated his vocal. That's so. I'm sorry, but that's so funny to do for no reason. All right, go on.
What is that? We're not their enemies of their podcast anymore. Because remember before, you used to get mad when he saw our name.
Yep.
I fucking hate these guys.
But not mad enough to watch the whole videos.
No.
First of all, I don't even understand that insult.
You come on, listen. We've all been there. Sometimes people just don't watch it. Here's my thing. I've been accused of that in the past. People are like, "Oh, you didn't do the research." I always do the research. Sometimes though, I don't listen. So sometimes I miss something. That's it. I've always like my whole thing is sitting down watching videos. So sometimes I just like miss something. That's why I like the live, because sometimes people will yell at me in the chat. I think the other day I said that the song was made by like Kanye West instead of Jay-Z, and people yelled at me, and I still got it wrong. So it's like weird when people are like, "Oh, you do that." I don't really get things. I get things wrong sometimes. Probably less than most people, because but I'm just a cool guy. But I mean, I just fucking sometimes I just like something. I just miss something. Okay. I don't know. It is what it is. You'd be like, "Oh, it's a video game." No, it's not. The video game usually will just help me get through it because I mean I'm able to kind of focus more. I don't know why, but having the game lets me focus a little bit more. It keeps me from tuning out.
Why would me being mad want me to watch your videos more?
What they're not saying watch their videos more. They're saying that sometimes you don't really get the full context. Like again, like for instance, the Fresh and Fit. That entire thing. You should have watched their stream responding to what you had accused them of. Or paid someone else to do it and interpret that information, and you just didn't do that. That's like something you probably should have done. You know what I mean?
That's probably in reference to some specific time that
I know he's talking about this. Okay. He's talking about this. Yeah. They haven't. They don't bother me enough yet. But I'll tell you this. I'm fucking insane. They're pathetic. They're liars. They're dishonest, and they're phonies.
I guess they're better than Fresh and Fit and stuff for sure.
Well, that's debatable. And then they make a video saying how like
they're certainly better than Fresh and Fit.
She's a liar and fucking. I didn't watch it. I watched some of it, but it was upsetting.
I didn't watch it, but
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it, but I watched some of it.
It's mad enough to make assumption about what we're doing and make assumption about what we're saying without watching video.
I think
all right, come on, you guys. I've seen enough. You know what I mean? But he's talking about the. Well,
I don't think that you have.
Anyway, that clip, I concede that it was pretty cringy of me to do the whole "I'm insane" thing. And
I thought this guy was wearing a bath towel as like a scarf, and I just realized it's like a navy sweater.
Moment. Although they're bickering over they made the video accusing the girl who called in of doing like a fake Me Too, which I think is a conversation we could have with them maybe, but
yeah, no, you accused her of doing a Me Too. She never claimed Me Too. You claimed it. That's why this whole thing goes fucking crazy.
Certainly not seeing eye to eye on that one there.
Okay,
but
I would hope that they don't talk about it. I'm so tired of this story from fucking 2 years ago. Like, but both of them, in my opinion, suck dick on their interpretation of because they both suck. Both of their interpretations are shit, in my opinion. Ethan over affirms her, and then they under affirm her, and they don't actually get to the meat of what she's trying to say, which was that like she had a really shitty experience with this guy that would be horrible for anybody, and we just glossed over. Like their interpretation on that situation with that girl, that both of their takes were shit. It was poop, diarrhea, dog shit.
On a bridge, you can see further than you can on the street if it's curved. If it's a curved bridge.
Well, bridges are unironically one of the most important pieces of infrastructure in war, guys. So,
and
if the canal is running below street level, the bridge might just be at street level.
No, not if it's curving up, because at the apex.
Are you a skibbity toilet or a camera head?
Oh, Jesus Christ, brother! I don't know what to say to that. What?
She'll be higher than.
Yeah, but not inherently.
Huh?
Not inherently.
No, they need me to balance it out. I'm the only one with I'm the only person right about the story. I'm the only one right about it. I need to be there. Okay.
The bridge I'm building.
I'm just such a huge content creator. I feel like I would add a lot to the mix.
Yes.
There's lots of types of bridge.
We're gonna build a bridge, meet in the middle, where we have a 2 feet higher. We can see a little bit more further.
Okay.
What happened was he found out the homie that was gassing him, Hassan, is actually like a giant piece of shit that was sending people and his community after his wife and him. And then he said, you know what? These guys were right about they cut the podcast. You know
I'm going because he's Jewish, right?
Oh, in his case.
That's exactly right.
Right.
It's because I'm Jewish.
Maybe.
Well, okay. So first, let me say this: Hassan didn't send his fans after me. I'll just to speak on him a little bit.
Right. We
But also, I'll say this: I'm glad they're making.
He did nothing to stop him.
Fun of him and not me.
You're just glad somebody else is taking.
Yeah,
the
good.
fuck.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, that alone is a vibe, of course. But we love Hassan. He is family.
Yeah, it's pathetic that you do.
It was more so his community that.
Yes, and he harbors that community. But okay.
I don't know if that's a meaningful difference.
Sure.
Right.
Well, I hope people don't hold us to the standard of what our community does.
Right.
What if your community is that toxic? I mean, you should be speaking out against them.
What does our community do? I mean, you say that, but what do they do? Our community is fantastic. It's all love.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Name one thing.
They've never
super chatted $1.99.
Did you accidentally send it again?
Are you a skibbity toilet or a camera head?
You must really wanted to answer that question, brother. I don't fucking know. I don't know the lore. Okay.
Or cause us any trouble by. I don't even want to go there.
Well, tell me and I can button it, or write it to me.
I have grown up with Megman.
Exactly.
Let's just move on. All right. We love our community. Folks.
Let's fake
everybody.
post.
Every single member.
Let's just fake post, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
they've never done anything wrong.
But even if they did something silly, because I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it was silly and harmless. If you're thinking
definitely silly and harmless. That's what I'm referring to.
But it's not sending like fucking hate and death wishes to supposed friends. Anyway.
Okay.
Dan sent me a summary here. What do we say? Come on, that's nebulous. That's not a specific thing.
With Megman.
But they also send lots of love. Our fans are lovers, first and foremost.
That's true. Overall, that is true.
Yeah.
His video was like, that mustache man wasn't so bad. It was wilding on him. They had cartoons of his wife just mowing down Palestinians. Like, it was posting crazy shit. Ethan was breaking down crying, and Sam was just like, I don't give a shit.
Hey, good for Ela.
And I'm sitting in the back like, you thought was a piece of shit.
Being a Michael Jackson.
That didn't really happen either. What are we talking about? That definitely did not happen.
Well, he definitely didn't say, what did he accuse?
I don't give a shit.
No, he didn't say that. He did not say that. Okay, whatever. This is about us. Yeah, whatever. Right?
Right.
We love his song.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. We ride with him.
Yes.
That being said,
she's getting so offended. I think Olivia is a simp for Hassan. She's starting to get upset, you know, and she has to defend him, you know.
It's just nice to be over here.
That I understand.
You know, hunting season.
You're used to being target number one, so
absolutely, it's nice.
Yeah.
Song, and we ran AI through it, so it's just his voice, so we could play it for you guys.
Well, so there wasn't a claim on the original. I think we should watch the original.
Oh, no claim.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
If you want to play both.
I think we should watch the original and then let's hear just his vocals.
We should do his vocals and then just squeaky floor in the background.
Here, if you need something.
We're good.
Soundboard.
Yo, that is so loud. Though.
That is. You
Did they
guys
purposely add sound effects on top?
No, that's real shit.
Damn, dude.
I think that they put a fucking microphone down there or something. There's no way it's that bad still.
You guys, that's out of control. Come on. I know y'all trying to be authentic, but like, you're successful.
You have got that fixed, most likely, right?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know. How do you fix a squeaky floor?
They talked about why they don't fix it in the video.
Okay.
They talk about it. Yeah.
All right.
I'm just saying I'm going to be using this one from now on.
There you go. I did it for us.
No, we
So.
appreciate the clean soundbite.
It sounds fake. It's so squeaky.
Kind of, yeah.
I would get that like on a free audio website and be like, that didn't sound real. It's too much.
I love that people always make fun of this floorboard, but oddly enough, YouTube is all about being authentic and kind of simple in that way.
I agree, but like, you don't need the squeaky. That's not the.
It's not that disruptive.
It's not. It's funny.
We're nitpicking.
It's just part of the crew now, guys.
It's more.
We are nitpicking, but I'll say this: you guys can be authentic without the squeaks. You guys are authentic without the squeaks.
Whoa, Ethan really wants their fucking BBC.
You do not need the squeaks.
You don't need it, guys. They're so authentic.
For your audience to see you as authentic legends.
Right. Nice bridge building there. Very well done. Well played, sir.
See higher.
Yep.
Look how much further I can see.
What's the biggest bridge in Montreal?
True. You see there in the middle.
Montreal Harbor Bridge? That ain't shit.
Show me a
That
photo.
ain't shit compared to the bridge we're building.
Show me a photo. Let me see it.
It's a nice bridge. It is elevated.
Good.
We want a strong. Do we really want a strong bridge
Look at that.
What, you're saying we want a weak bridge?
with them?
Well, I was saying, look at the vantage point
Maybe
of that.
it could be a bridge like the bridges in Switzerland that are all rigged to blow with dynamite in case of an invasion. So it's like you build the bridge, but you have a fallback plan.
It could be the Ambassador Bridge, which is the bridge between the U.S. and Canada.
Does it have a drawbridge?
I want a strong bridge.
That's a strong fucking bridge.
I want a bridge that will stand the test of time.
It's the oldest bridge in the world.
It's so interesting to me that they are so much more like loving of Hassan, somebody who in the Ukraine and Russia war downplayed the literal genocide of Ukrainians and still stands to it apparently. When I guess you could debate on whether it's technically a genocide, but Russia had heavy involvement in starving Ukrainians out so that they would be dead, and then implanting Russians so they could say, look, we have so many Russians here, it's our land now. And Hassan's like, yeah, whatever. He downplays that. But that's somehow worse than the claim that Abba and Preach were invalidating a sexual assault. I feel like invalidating, people being murdered might be worse. So it's just weird where their priorities are. I don't know. Maybe they just don't care about Ukrainians. I don't know.
We want a bridge.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Oldest bridge,
the bridge
in the world.
Here's our bridge, man. Ambassador Bridge.
Let's go, baby.
That's where we come together and, like ambassadors do, make peace in the Middle East. They've never done that, actually. They've never done that.
Wow, terrible.
But like ambassadors, we will make peace.
Cool.
I peed in the backseat of Camaro on this bridge. Good memories.
You peed in a bottle?
Camaro.
I did, yeah.
I peed in a Camaro.
Was there someone next to you? Anyone next to you?
Lena was driving. It was my sister's car.
Was there anyone next to you?
No.
It was just the two of you.
Mhm.
And you climbed in back to do it.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is the extra context that he climbed in back interesting? Oh, interesting that you didn't just whip your cock out in front of your sister or whatever, or whoever. You know what I mean?
Did you fill it up all the way?
I did.
Was it like a 12-ounce Coke bottle or something?
I think it was just a water bottle. It was all we had. Yeah, it wasn't that big.
That's my fear of.
How'd your dick fit in a water bottle? My cock's so huge. It would never fit into a water bottle.
I'm like thinking about peeing in a bottle while I'm driving. I don't do it because I'm scared that I'm going to overflow it and then panic.
No, it can be disastrous.
I don't mean to break up the bridge building here, but they did go after Olivia.
Oh, thank God Olivia was the one who said it.
I was thinking.
Wait, what happened?
I
What the
was
fuck?
thinking about that.
Okay.
Wait, what?
You don't know who
I was thinking about that.
Olivia is. She's a loser feminist.
For what, 3 hours, as you knew that this segment was approaching, and then never stopped. Weak people bother me. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be like mean or anything. I understand that she's upset, and I understand why, and I think it's valid that she's upset. It drives me fucking nuts that people don't advocate for themselves. It just pisses me off. Sorry. It just bothers the shit out of me.
And when they zoomed in on my
you're
face,
right.
and
I also had
You're right.
shitty.
We'll bring the TNT out.
I also had to cut like a million videos of them being anti-trans too. So.
Right.
Based. Let me see them. Show the million anti-trans videos that are probably, well, listen, Abba, I've seen Abba be a little anti-trans. Again, Preach, not so much. But like, I feel like you could have that conversation. Just have the chat about it. Although I don't even know if Ethan would really have the right chat about it. I don't even, could Ethan even have like the correct conversation about that topic?
Scott, you guys, why do you...
Transgender,
Oh, and I don't even think that clip of them saying trans people is them being transphobic. They're just, I think that was like the conversation about sports, which I agree with them about sports, for the most part. There's nothing I remember that I disagree with them on. I remember there was just like some weird video where it was a totally different scenario. It was a while ago. I don't remember the specifics, but I remember there was just a weird video. It was about like they flew a pride flag at the school, and Ab was like, "Yeah, see, they shouldn't be doing stuff like that." I don't know. It was a lot. I'm not gonna like get into it because I don't remember the specifics. But again, like whatever, you know what I mean? It's not a huge deal. You get to the conversation.
I just don't like the whole narrative of trying to like pile on like there's a beef between you and Hassan. Therefore, I'm out.
Therefore, I'm out. All right. Therefore, I'm cringe.
Yeah.
Oh no, you guys! Like, how can I build a bridge by myself?
The bridge.
It's made of paper mache.
They can maybe make a peace offering to you, Olivia.
No,
I
not
mean,
happening.
Is the damage done?
I
That bridge is
I
buried.
don't really I can move forward in
What if
my
they said
life with
sorry?
things, but I don't really forgive.
Well, you're very. No offense. I'm not trying to be rude. You're very immature. Just a very immature person. I think it's clear to most people. Like, I understand why she's upset. She has every right to be. But I think that the fact that she can't look back upon reflection and go like, "Oh, you know what? I don't think that they were explicitly trying to, invalidate an experience I had." I think that if you can't do that, I think that's just. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't realize that. Maybe she doesn't realize it was unintentional. Maybe if it's explained it to her. But I just feel like it's kind of immature. So it's something that's a little sussy.
If they said, you know what, sorry, we said that, we didn't know anything about you, we were wrong. Ooh.
Really? I feel like Olivia is usually so quick to.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Play that back.
I can move forward in
What if
my
they said
life
sorry?
with things, but I don't really forgive.
If they said, you know what, sorry, we said that, we didn't know anything about you, we were wrong. Ooh.
Wow. So even if they said, sorry, we didn't know, she wouldn't move forward? Yeah, no offense, sorry, but Livy's a fucking loser. Sorry, I don't know. I mean, like, that's so fucking immature. You think 5 years from now this clip will be dug up? I get why she's upset. I didn't realize it the first time that I watched it, that she was like kind of projecting her experience onto that. So I just thought the Abin preaching was like a silly, funny little thing. Looking at it now, I could be like, oh, I get it. Like, okay, now I get it. But I don't think it was intentional. And now she's even saying, under the specific context of like, oh, if they said, hey, sorry, we didn't know that you were projecting your experience onto that. Sorry, that's not enough. I don't know. It's kind of
Sucks super chatted $4.99.
It's a weak thing to do.
Hey Papa, first time catching the stream. What are your thoughts on CM Punk tearing his tricep and us going to miss WrestleMania this year?
Dude, I don't care about CM Punk. He tore his tricep because he's a fucking pussy, okay? That guy's a loser. I don't care about CM Punk. He's a dumb baby, all right? Anyway, what was I saying? Fuck, I don't even remember what I was saying. I was making a point. Oh, there's a strength in being able to move on, and forgive somebody that's done something that's wrong to you, as long as it's done in a respectful way. Thank you so much for the 14-month small gut from Diabetic Survivor. Does Olivia only eat hot chip and lye? I'm thinking that she does. I'm actually thinking that she does only eat hot chip and lye.
Really? I feel like Olivia is usually so quick to forgive too.
It really depends.
Maybe they'll come across as sincere, and they'll melt your heart.
Maybe.
Play the Olivia soundbite again so I can remember exactly what they said.
Okay, if you don't know who Olivia is, she's the loser feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research, okay?
That's probably true, honestly. Which, by the way, is kind of research to an extent. It is. I just wish that they would watch the full videos, but it is kind of research. Depending on what you're researching, it can be.
It's so unnecessary.
But it's funny.
Also, Olivia does not really know how to use Reddit.
Thank you.
What does she use then?
Thank you.
It's way too cool to be on Reddit.
When I first got this job, I had no idea that different Reddits were like good and negative. I just thought that's
Why the fuck did they hire this girl? Was she even qualified? What is her job?
where news was happening.
No, she doesn't have to forgive them. Just like I don't have to respect her for not forgiving them, based on the context of if they say, "Hey, sorry, we didn't mean to offend you. We didn't know you were like saying that experience." Nobody has to do anything. We could all sit here and do whatever the fuck we want. Who cares? It doesn't have to forgive them. Shut up. I gave you the reason why. I don't have to respect somebody for not forgiving somebody. I think that's the way. Based on the context, it's just cringe.
What you said it wasn't this. What was it?
No, it was when I was talking
she's their
about my
booker?
experience. I think they like zoomed in on me, my face being really upset, and they flashed to Amber Heard.
They did that?
They played like sad
did.
music over her.
Wait, they did that?
Yeah.
They did.
Again, that's not actually what happened, but I understand why she feels that way.
Oof, that's fucked up. I thought this was gonna be a peaceful video, but now it's just old pain. I'm just getting the pain back up. Can you pull that?
I'm so
do you mind if I
traumatized
watch
from this
that
video.
to jog my memory? Why would they do that?
Because they suck.
Oh shit!
That's super mean.
Whenever we talk about burning the witch,
So
This is the
probably
oldest
not gonna
bridge?
need this oldest bridge in the world.
I don't want to meet on that
Sorry,
bridge
I
anyway.
mean,
Arcadia Bridge.
Bring it down. But
I mean, it's nearly 4,000 years old.
That bridge sucks.
It's lasted 4 millennia.
How? It looks like thrown together.
Look at it. How well made that is.
That shit looks thrown together.
What the fuck does this have to do with Olivia?
I could build a bridge better.
There's been no windy days.
Y'all are just, you're doing anti-Greek.
Ethan is also implying having them on the show / interacting, not just forgiving them. Yeah, but why would Ab and Preach do that? So like, here's my thing. They're like, I don't see why they would do that. They've not for nothing, but some of this does come off as like high school shit already. But like, why would they do that? If it's impossible for them to forgive her to forgive them, why would they want to even bother? That just shows a profoundly low level of maturity.
Discrimination right now, both of you.
Yeah, I hate the ancient Greek.
Whoa.
Bunch of pedophiles.
Okay.
Where's that bridge go?
Kind of based.
Fuck his kid?
Kind of based, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Hey, this guy's Ethan sounds like he might be a fan of Mama Max. Leviathans are coming.
Not his kid, but a kid probably.
Because Mama Max, that guy also does not like pedophiles. He doesn't know what a pedophile is. That's unfortunate. He thinks a pedophile is, 18, 15. But hey, you know what? He means well, except that when he doesn't go to the cops, but with any information, and then tries to start someone else's YouTube channel instead of trying to actually get the supposed predator off the streets and has no proof.
That's what they did back then. They did that.
Look what it's connecting.
And this is the apartment we started filming in. This is where we pretty much started everything. But a lot of people try to use it against us.
What's this? Why is that guy doing a Hitler?
That's wait a minute. Why is he doing that?
Oh my god!
Yo, shut the fuck up. You guys are annoying. H3H3. Hey, saw your recent coverage and tried. Come on, that's not how you spell tried. What the fuck? DMing you from the Abbott and Preach on Instagram. Think there is a large misunderstanding and love itself, and I wanted to reach out before clearing the air in our own video reaction. Wow. Okay, cool. That's nice of them to do. Sexy.
Damn, what did you type?
So quickly. Hey,
listen, with all the anti-Semitism in the world today, is this really the time to be pulling this image
on
up
a
down?
bridge? And was this the?
Oh, that's the bridge.
Yeah,
and
it kind of leads to nowhere. So
it looks nicer from the top. I'll say that. Also, it's like not that big of a ravine. Like you could walk through that.
Well, it doesn't really do anything. Just leads nowhere.
I want Abbott and Preach to go on Ethan and talk to him, so I have content to talk about. That's what I'm hoping for.
Sure.
Dumbass bridge. Well, I think when they built it, probably.
Dumb pedo
Bridge building idiots. Dumbass.
Pedo bridge.
Yeah, dumb
pedo bridge.
Hey guys, bridges or protecting children? That's the real question. All right. Now, if I lived in Staten Island, I'd have to go with the bridges because I wouldn't want to be stuck in that fucking landfill. You know.
And pedo bridge.
To me, I'm like proud of the roots in a weird way.
Crazy because. Floor complimenting me. You wouldn't understand. Yeah, did you really? I really see it when they try to use it.
Okay, then he goes on like a whole tangent.
You think that they're drama forming because they have nothing else to talk about? Maybe. I mean, same, I guess.
He did not. I didn't make. Wait, hold on. Let me go back.
Thanks. Floor complimenting me. You wouldn't understand. Yeah, did you really? I really see it when they try to use it. Hey, with your cookie and floor, we change your floor. Hey, you broke motherfucker.
The reason why we even.
I mean, I didn't think you're broke, but it is funny. You gotta give it up. You got squeaky
You
ass.
gotta give it up, dude. You got a squeaky ass. You got a squeaky.
Oh, I'm trying to be nice. I'm not saying anything mean. I could have, but I'm not.
I have a squeaky cock.
We change your floor.
Well, now this whole thing is gone cuckoo because of the.
Gone a little cuckoo.
This isn't what I hoped it would become.
Yeah.
Let me see what they did.
You're someone who's always looking to forgive people. You're a redeemer, Ethan.
I think that about myself.
You're a coomer, Ethan.
I think
24. Oh, thank you.
Not even being sarcastic here.
I find that I'm very, very. As much shit as I talk, I find that I'm very happy or very quick to forgive. That being said, they wronged Olivia, and that's not something I can forget.
I can't forgive that.
I absolutely give you guys.
I give you guys permission. Okay, thanks, man.
100% all of the power to forgive on your own. I
That's
personally.
why I don't like white people, dude. It's so fucking annoying.
I'm just like not gonna entertain.
Okay.
Them that much.
That's fair.
Were we trying to find that timestamp?
Well, it's good that she doesn't really add much talking value to the show. I think I'm just being too mean now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just think it's so immature because Ethan specifically asked the question, like, what if they're like, hey, sorry, like, we didn't realize we did this thing. And she's like, no, never. It's just like, okay, that's whatever.
Example of what they said about Olivia.
Okay.
Or did they erase it? Was that the one they erased?
You know,
There's gotta be a real.
I don't know about
oh, no,
that.
here
It
it
looks
is.
like AB maybe found it.
H3. How is H3 not perma-banned for this?
Okay, she's a loser feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research, okay?
Got
So the way
her.
she found this dude's name, who they incorrect.
By the way, Reddit boards have good-ass research on it.
Ooh, got him.
I don't know what Reddit you're in, but there's good shit on Reddit.
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, sometimes.
I've seen some shit on Reddit, literally. You know what I'm saying?
But it's moot anyways, because
Yeah.
Olivia's not a Redditor.
That's
Yeah,
all the
true.
truth.
I am so hungry for some reason. Like, I need to go and eat something. Editor, edit me not having actually gotten up and eating when playing the video. Just like Hassan.
I don't think we need to watch anymore.
This is all the clip?
You're just trying to where they originally said it, right?
Yeah, I want to know.
Not
I mean,
watching
the people.
progress.
I think it's important to.
Yeah, that was it. I know Olivia doesn't like to watch anymore of this. That's why.
There wasn't really anything in that clip.
Hey, what?
Her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research, okay? So the way she found this dude's name, who they incorrectly doxed, is she went on her.
Oh, the doxing thing? That was such a silly thing. They blew out of proportion.
That was the worst day ever.
I love this moment.
That's the biggest mistake I've ever made, and I will literally always repent for it.
Funny.
Damn,
Ethan just rolls past that one. By the way, sorry, zero sugar. Incredible.
What happened? I closed it. This is not going how I imagined it would go.
Good timing, Zach.
This is not the happy ending I was looking for.
Well, maybe reacting to this video in detail was a mistake, Ethan.
It seems to have
Maybe close the
seems to
video
unpanned
and just
that
be like, you know what? Let bygones be bygones.
What is a bygone?
A bygone is something
usually letting bygones be bygones. Isn't that like just kind of moving on, whatever happened?
that has gone by, is in the past. So let the past be the past.
Let a by. What is a is? Hold on. Bygone. Is it like a noun? I've got a bygone. Past. Outmoded. Oh, I like outmoded.
Gone by or past. Yeah.
The bygone days. Okay.
Gone by.
The stone wall is from a bygone age. We just looked at a stone wall from a bygone age. Oh man.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I was gonna look at them.
Well, here's a positive note. They complimented Love's pronunciation for the E.
Zeteli.
That was pretty good accent. That was. Hey!
They like that.
Zeteli.
Yeah, boy. It is. Hey, you can clip that. Put it in your soundboard.
We should. That was really good. You have it, Zach?
That was. Hey! Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
That's a good yeah, boy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My flavor. This is. There's no.
He's not a fantastic.
His pit is.
Anyway, this has gone all wrong.
Yeah, boy.
They left a comment calling me a skinny legend. They said.
Well, that's the real. That's the real.
That's all I saw.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ethan though. Man has lost a lot of weight, and seems happier and healthier since he quit the podcast with his wife. Like, not for nothing, but that's a backhanded insult. Like, yeah, Ethan has lost a lot of weight. Why is it relevant in this current conversation? You know, it's like it's kind of a backhanded compliment.
Everything else was blurry, but
I get that.
They pinned this comment. Shout out to Ethan though. Man's lost a lot of weight and seems happier and healthier since he quit the podcast with his wife, Hassan Piker. They really hate us.
They are really. Which, if memory serves me right, in that clip of that they cited, Hassan was being
he was being way more reconciliatory than me. Yeah.
Which yeah, generally that is the case. You're the petty bitch. So
and I say that openly.
Right. Yeah.
Also, he gives us details about the TV show. Also, the TV show wasn't a talent contest. The show is to pay tribute to celebrities. And one of the ways they do it is to have people that celebrity admires come and perform their favorite scene songs. The celebrity in question requested Preach to perform since he admires Preach.
I think we actually did get to that conclusion because yeah, we going into that we were even saying like we were having a hard time getting intel about it, but I think a Canadian fan of ours by the end of that segment had sent an explanation.
There it is.
Did they not finish the segment? Did they not finish the video?
There is one. See, that's a good call out because I feel they disappointed me here in one part.
For exclusive content, it's not going to be there. Check out the Patreon.
Oh, here they're talking about.
I watched, but
they talk about us making fun of the omelets.
I watched that whole thing. I don't remember them ever finding out the right context. But okay.
Yeah, but don't make me serious. No, seriously, you did it properly. Nah, that's weird. Nah. Listen, I know you didn't do it because I watched, but I'm angry that he made me watch. I didn't make you watch. Go to our Patreon.
Listen to the one without backing.
Because the audio. Yeah.
Okay.
It's decent though. You'll see.
But I'll say this: as a body of people, we're sending peace and love to Omelet.
They're sending peace and love to
Palestine. Cool.
Jesus, yeah, they go straight.
Wait, what?
Is that a Hassan joke, or are they saying? I don't know if that's like a Jew joke, an Israeli joke, or a Hassan joke.
They're sending peace and love to
Palestine. Cool.
Oh, just peace and love to Palestine. I think they're just being a little cheeky.
Jesus, yeah, they go straight.
Wait, what?
Is that a Hassan joke, or are they saying? I don't know if that's like a Jew joke, an Israeli joke, or a Hassan joke, or if.
I think that's just that's a preachism. We need to start learning.
It's he cracked the omelet.
Yeah, boy.
But yeah, free Palestine.
But yeah, I really don't know what he was shooting for with that one.
But I'll say this because that's what my falling out with. Well, falling out. I don't mean that, but like the.
Yeah, I mean the show falling apart.
Yeah, over that stuff.
But still, like in that. Well,
let's analyze it. I mean, he's a professional comedian, so.
Right. It might be.
Body of people, we're sending peace and love to Omelet.
They're sending peace and love to
Palestine. Cool.
I just don't see what's the joke, dude?
I'm not.
No, I'm kidding. I forgive you already, man. Forgive you already.
That bridge.
I'll tell you what. When I saw those kicks and those twirls you did on stage, oh no, not the Ambassador Bridge. Fuck. No, man. That's the apex. Okay. That's where we were supposed to stand.
This is the bridge you said connects United States to Canada.
Oh shit.
Yep.
That's a bummer.
Oh no.
Wow. Incredible stuff. Is there anything else of like?
We can fix it.
We're gonna build back better. Like Joe Biden.
Jesus, you have to go straight to.
What the fuck?
Come on, let the people.
AI is crap.
You want to just give him a rendition?
No.
Come on, let the people. Let our fans know. You know, when I said Dark Child, when you know songs gonna be fine when it starts, you did the notes.
They're riffing, which is good and fine. I'm just trying to find this one part. Maybe you can help me where they're talking about the omelet.
Remember the
black or white?
About the omelet?
What?
Yeah, about how we make fun of the reach for the omelet stuff. And then they have.
Was he upset that we were?
No, he's cool.
Culturally insensitive to the French.
No, he's been cool. He's not even French though. He's Canadian.
They're
French Canadian.
With their Haitian Canadian.
Anyone who knows is we've been dancing, singing from the start. No, that's what happens when you react to stuff that you didn't even watch.
Yes,
that's what happens.
All right.
Karma.
You know what I mean? Butt karma. So I respect that about.
Like in your butt or what?
Generally, you do react to things that you haven't watched before. By the way.
What?
Which is when you react to something, usually you haven't watched it before.
Yeah, I watched it this time. Is that okay?
Well, usually just sometimes you just don't watch it. Probably not usually, just occasionally. just in some of those moments that there was an issue that they had with you. It's really all back to this annoying fucking situation with this girl that went on Fresh and Fit or whatever. So
I'm just saying, because he said that's what happens when you react to things you haven't watched before.
I think that he meant like when you comment on things that you like haven't actually watched before. But okay,
you haven't watched.
This is not going well.
Yeah. I think a normal person would have understood what they meant.
It is what it is.
They get upset because they're insulting Pritch.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Now, if it was me, nigga, we got a problem. You can't be talking about Vito omelet, bro. Huh? You can't call Vito omelet, bro.
What would you have done?
Nothing?
Yeah, of course not.
Huh? But I would have been upset because I'm sensitive.
You're not sensitive, but we're not going to go over that shit.
Anything else you want to say, omelet?
No. Call me omelet again.
They never explain why we call him omelet, because I think it's great. I think it's funny.
I don't understand why they call him omelet either. It's a weird joke. I don't get it.
Funny. You know,
I gotta explain that shit.
Show him the joke. You know, let's put the mortar down and the bricks on top.
All right, show me the joke. What's the joke?
You know, one brick at a time.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Shut that camera off.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah.
Kiss you on the lips.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I've been preach, everybody.
Okay.
Yep. New bestie alert.
I've been walking around my house going Saturday night.
Wow, beautiful stuff. Does anybody actually know the joke? Like, what's going on here? I don't understand the joke. I don't get it.
There was another part I wanted to see. I forgot. Damn it. All right.
Okay. Cool.
What time is it? 4:15. We got anything else?
You know, I have something I really...
Apparently they talk about it more, but after this.
For women. Or you know, in between.
They might
Is
talk
in between
about it a
okay?
little more, somebody said.
Numbers go up.
It's a spectrum. Oh, he's a guy.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But I'll say this, Ab and Preach, maybe what you said to Olivia was kind of fucked up.
I don't even think that you saw what they said to Olivia. Correct me if I'm wrong. They didn't show the full context of what Olivia... So, how do you know it was fucked up? I understand surrounding yourself with people that you generally trust, but it's also good to just make a point to verify everything being said. Because maybe Ethan could have watched it and gone like, oh, wait, you know what? I don't think that they were trying to invalidate your experience.
You know, maybe some reconciliation, an apology. I don't
At least apologize for calling her a Redditor. That's
True.
the
That's
really
slander.
fucked up thing.
Yep.
For putting her face. Oh yeah, that's messed up. You got. If you guys can just apologize to Olivia for that edit you did.
Guys, if you could just apologize for the edit.
Then I think
you don't even know the edit.
We can build bridges all the way.
All right.
To heaven.
Okay. Incredible.
Also, was there something else that was unforgivable? The trans stuff. They've been making less trans videos. We might have got through to them to that.
Yeah, I'm sure that had a big impact. I just think that like people, I don't think you have anything to do with that. I think that for the most part, people are just burnt out of talking about trans people. When like it really this is the thing. Like Ethan already, I guess, maybe knows this, but there's nothing. Conservatives have nothing else to talk about but trans people, and they desperately tried to fucking milk that and make that the center of the conversation because there's nothing. There's no actual like platform that conservatives have other than like trans and gay people are bad, at least in America. So then people are just burnt out on it and they're tired of like every conversation being like, oh look, a trans person did a thing. It's like, okay.
Actually, I don't know if that's true. I should check.
No idea if that's true.
Let me see. Abba and Preach.
Let's just wrap it up.
Let's wrap
Let
it
me
up.
just take-
Was that a joke about how black people rap? Wow, racist.
So quick browse.
Okay.
Let's see if there's any trans videos in the recent tabs here. Here's me. This looks kind of okay. Well, the title is ambiguous, so I'll count that. I don't see anything
What
yet.
I think is interesting is that they're calling them transphobic, but I don't even think that they're referencing anything that would be considered transphobic. I don't really understand. They're just referencing that. What is the omelet of knowledge, dude?
I don't see anything. Right?
I'm not watching.
Saturday night.
2-minute video.
Oh, they post a lot. I'm at 4 weeks, but I don't see anything about trans or gay people. Right? That's a leaf. We love that leaf being turned.
Cool.
We love that leaf.
That's
folks.
pretty cool, man. That's a cool thing. You must have done it, Ethan. You're such a powerful man.
There it is. So, let's build a bridge.
Okay.
That's it.
Is that it? Are we good?
What do you? I don't see anything.
Yeah, what if this whole thing, what if Ethan, what if they all acted and this was how it was going to go from the start and they wanted to pretend like there was a bridge building moment? To drama farm. You never know, dude.
Okay, whatever.
Cool. I think that's it, guys. Is there more?
Of that time too.
Why?
Well,
I don't know everything about him.
Yeah.
Everybody, thanks for watching. Nothing like ending the show on a button. People say no bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody's pretty out. Gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you care?
Well, Ethan, it goes really well when you listen to your audience on everything and never, you know what I mean? Like, that's always a good thing, is to just constantly fold to what your audience thinks.
Like, they're not that cool or entertaining.
Because I just...
Jesus Christ. That's what I'm saying. What an asshole.
It's 2024, that's why.
Oh my God.
New beginnings, we're building bridges. You know, I like to have...
They're not that cool or entertaining. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Less enemies, more...
Yeah, you can have less enemies,
more
but that doesn't mean
chill
you have to be friends with
acquaintances. The thing is, like, yeah, I mean, you look at people like Jeff, for example. He's an outlier, but an example of blossoming, beautiful friendships that rose from the ashes of a burned bridge.
Wow,
you know,
beautiful stuff.
And we did like a Harry Potter magic wand, Mary Poppins, that shit.
Cool. That's pretty. That's
Should we do
pretty
a poll?
kinky.
Ethan, let's wrap it up.
No bridge, man. Fuck.
Ethan, let's wrap it up, dude. This is not your show.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Olivia. No bridge. I didn't bear that in mind.
You don't even know what they're talking about because you didn't watch the full clip, you stinky little baby.
I'm gonna throw him over a bridge. How about that?
Maybe not that. Okay, fine. She loves it, so it's fine.
Such a pushover. It's so pathetic.
I can throw you. You guys are
you didn't even watch it and make like a judgment call for yourself. I don't understand. It's fine that you don't remember because I didn't either. But like, you're not even gonna watch it. You didn't watch the full thing. Like, why? It's embarrassing. Why not watch the full thing and be like, oh wait, maybe you could have like sussed this out without the need of any help, but you just fold instantaneously. What the fuck?
You guys are probably way better than I can throw y'all. And I wouldn't either. I wouldn't do that.
No, you would never throw.
I wouldn't try to kill. I don't want to kill you guys. Definitely. Like, can we at least agree on that?
100%.
Like, can we meet on that bridge?
Yeah, I'll meet you on that bridge.
Nice.
Okay.
See, that's progress.
Yeah.
It's good.
Cool.
All right. Well, so much for that. Thanks everyone for watching. We had a lot of fun here today, and today's Monday, so we'll be back on Wednesday.
Not tomorrow.
Huh?
Not tomorrow.
And again, reminder for members: tomorrow's episode will be on Thursday, which is the new day for See You Next Thursday. Tuesdays for the memes.
Oh, that makes it. Still gotcha. Okay. see
Anyway, thanks everybody.
See you
Have
next
a great
Tuesday.
evening. See
Thursday.
you next time.
Okay, great. I love that. My favorite episode of the podcast. It's clear Olivia doesn't want to play live. Who cares what Olivia thinks? If you're gonna make a claim, then it should be played for context. Like, who gives a fuck about Olivia? I don't understand. Like, I get it. She's a person, and then she's upset. Walk off. Be like, hey, you know what? I just didn't want to leave. I'm gonna leave for the rest of this because I'm just not something I want to engage with. That's all she has to do. It doesn't have to. Like, we don't have to. It's not a big deal. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. What do you think about that? Yeah, they probably should have talked about this behind the scenes. Although then we wouldn't be able to fucking react and goon to it. So I'm happy they did it live. You know, can't complain about that. Can't complain about that. Pretty cool, man. Pretty poggers from my perspective. But I think you're being a little too harsh on Olivia. She's like 22 or 23, and she might not be comfortable expressing how she feels to Ethan, her boss, and maybe that's on her. But is that so bad? Yes. I don't care. Okay. I don't really care. Yes. Yes. I think, yes. I don't respect anyone. I don't respect women, okay? I don't respect women, and I don't like children. And she's a child, 22. Is she really 22? As a child. I hate children. Get the fuck out of here, okay? I understand from a viewer standpoint, but from an employee boss, okay, sure, fine. I get it. Okay. I still don't care that much. I still don't really care that much. Okay, she's a little young. Okay, sorry, Olivia. Sorry that you're young and ignorant, which is true. That's unfortunate. Sorry for being so mean, guys. Sorry for being mean. I didn't realize she was still a fucking baby. Sorry, guys. I forgot that she was a small child. Okay, it's more Ethan's fault for not actually, you know, engaging in it. So. Leviathans are coming for you, though. Be careful. The Leviathans are coming. They're coming. They're coming chameleoning. I'm not looking up omelet of knowledge, dude. Who gives a fuck about the omelet of knowledge? What even is that? Still an adult? Yeah, but she's a fucking idiot. Well, sorry, I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean that like that age. People that are 22 are idiots. That's what I meant. I was an idiot at 22. That's what I meant. Sorry. Let's see. There's a 2-minute clip about omelet of knowledge. So we can look at if you want.
So a lot of things coming to mind, and I don't really know what to understand. I don't really know where to begin. But I'm gonna say this: you have to be able to understand, and you have to be able to listen.
He sounds tired.
Which is not what we're doing right now. And I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about society in general. It's funny whenever we ask and we talk about. We always talk about tolerance. We always talk about tolerance, and people need to be tolerant. We need to be tolerant.
Yeah.
But the people that are talking to the people that they deem not tolerant are not being tolerant themselves.
Oh my
so you're
Lord.
becoming the thing that you're pointing your finger at without even you noticing.
Cool.
You got to be tolerant. I can't tolerate that. You shouldn't be. Why does he even have a platform?
Damn, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
So if I want to tackle some shit that I don't understand, or that's wrong, we need to have a discussion about it to understand where it's from. Maybe there's something in there. I don't know. Maybe there's something in there, something that we're missing. Whenever we talk about burning the witch, you know the era where we used to burn the witch?
Sure.
That era never really stopped.
Oh shit.
The type of witch we was burning changed.
Is this ironic slam poetry? This is a little cringe. Okay.
So see him cry like that, I can understand because
Yep, me too, man.
it's like you see, you really, those people that hurt you, you really want to hurt them.
Yep.
So you try to compare them to the worst thing possible.
Yep.
Just to get at them. You couldn't get at them intellectually, so you're gonna get at them with name calling and shit. And being called like a fascist and this and that when you're just trying to comprehend. And in order to comprehend, you're gonna have to break some. Comprehend. In order to comprehend and to eat the
What is happening? This is
the omelet of knowledge. You're gonna need to break those eggshells.
incredible.
And it's gonna cause a bunch of problems and shit. You're gonna have the courage to break that shell.
Gotcha.
And in doing all that, because you're just trying to comprehend, you're being called all those kinds of names and stuff like that. I can understand. I can understand. Sometimes, even in my own community, I can't. Sometimes I shut the fuck up.
Okay, cool. That was interesting.